it's dark out. You know what that means? Time for some lights. And the craziness that was putting up cameras on the boom in the dead of night to get cool slow motion shots of spray being precisely ejected from nozzles at high rates of speed to attach itself to hopefully unsuspected evil weed plants that will hopefully burn and roast. I lost my camera in the field, but this morning I found it. So we're all good. We're all good. And it is a beautiful day to keep working at it. I decided I'm just gonna start blocking everything in. Everything we have spring wheat seeded next to barley. They're like the same stage, same product we use to spray the weeds on them. So it's just gonna make life easier. So let's just block it all in and just spray it all at the same time instead of just like singulating spring wheat. So let's fire her up. Hovering at about 390 horsepower, I think it boosts up to 415. They definitely upped the power on this sprayer compared to the 4440. And they added this nice, convenient lid here. You can open up and access a lot of this a lot easier than the previous version. And then they improved the intake for the radiator side for your cooling systems with a reversible hydraulic fan. So if you do collect a lot of straw, a lot of material, a lot of chaff, a lot of junk here, you can reverse it and it'll blast it all off. I wish ours had. And our big buds. That'd be really nice. One of the reasons why a lot of these haven't had a 600-gallon tank on is the height. These sprayers sit so tall that with the saddleback clean water tank, you're above a lot of the road restrictions when you're hauling these down the road on a truck. So they did manage to improve the design of the saddle tank as well as just the 600-gallon main product tank to be able to make it compact enough that now this can be loaded on a truck without having to remove all this to haul it down the road to meet road requirements for clearance. So take a look at this. That there is kochia, fireweed. And it's the weed that's really difficult to control in this area. This is our spring wheat field. Unfortunately, this is the reality of a lot of our spring wheat fields. It's just so patchy. There's just not much growing there. There's little guys that are just barely coming out of the ground, and there's some that's already going to the boot, which is unbelievable. But you gotta spray the weeds out. I mean, if we knew this crop was gonna fail, if we knew 100%, a couple days ago we had the opportunity to spray it all out and collect insurance on it and then just basically just keep the weeds dead throughout the rest of the year. But because there's enough growth here, you can't do that because it'll count against your insurance policy, because they'll go, well, there still could be 5 bushel of wheat out there. So that comes off your, what you get paid. So we just have to bite the bullet and spray the expensive chemical on this, even though this crop isn't looking too good. You know, if we ever do get one of them rains that actually goes below the first quarter inch of the soil and hits the roots and has a chance to bring this back, there's potential for a couple bushels there. But right now it's not looking real good. So, but those weeds, as you can tell, they're bad. They need taken care of. So, this thing's helping me do it. I'm currently hanging tight. It's a big thunderhead, just moving just to the west of us, heading north. And it's got a lot of wind whipping around right now, so it's not a great time to spray. But the sun is about to poke out over the other side of it, and when it does, it's probably gonna make for a pretty beautiful thunderhead. Back in the saddle in the 4450 Patriot. Had to shut down last week because, well, some weather moved in and it rained. It rained actually quite a bit. It was the biggest rain since August of last year. So we're pretty thrilled about that. Between 1.5 inches to 1.75 inches, somewhere in that area is what we ended up getting. So that was a huge shot in the arm of the crops this year. They were going south quick, and that is going to really carry things along. The winter wheat will make it till harvest now. The peas, they're flowering right now. Hopefully they keep growing taller because they're really short. But if they pot out a little bit, they can produce. The spring wheat and the barley are definitely gonna need more help here in a couple weeks, but this will carry them for quite a while. So it stopped them from just drying up. So we're really thankful for that. So I'm in the sprayer right now, and I'm gonna just keep going at it, get this spring wheat done, and keep trying out this 4450. It's just been a lot of fun. So I'm excited to keep running it. And I still have Brute in the building, haven't opened the door up yet, so he doesn't know that the sprayer's here, so we're just gonna keep it that way. We don't need anybody to hurt, so we'll just stick with this. But let's go fill this baby up, let's get in the field, get some acres covered. Now, if you were changing chemicals or you were done spraying for the year and you wanted to clean out this hose holds a couple gallons in it. I mean, it's a 3-inch hose running all the way to the tank. You just pull down this little lever here and use the air compressor. It'll flush all the product that's in that back into the main tank. There we go. It's all gone. So let's disconnect this hose and get in the field. Do some applicating. That ain't no sprayer. Where'd the spray trailer go? I'll tell you. It was about half full of water, and I was like, hey, it's just rained. Now's a great time to pack down that new road I built to my future house location. And I got stuck. So we got the loader. I'm gonna go get some yankum ropes, and Dad's gonna meet me over there. We're gonna yank that spray trailer backwards, and we'll pack it another day. It's not ready. I don't know what this mud's about. I haven't seen mud in months, so yeah. I'm relearning what mud does. Oops. My bad. Look how everything is so green. It's just been like 2 days since it started raining. And everything is changing. Unbelievable how fast. A little bit of water and it just greens everything up. It's amazing. It's not that it's just mud. It's just so soft. I mean, I just built this a week ago. So yeah, there's just a lot of soft material that's now saturated with water that needs to settle before you start driving something like this across it. We gotta try to find a place to hook this rope up, so we can find a spot. That was painless, minus a waste of time, but I guess I packed that much of my road, right? I see the moths are out. That's typical. We're used to them. First sprayer that I don't wear my headset in when I listen to music. It's quiet enough in the cab that I can just turn the music up to where I want it. There's no background sounds. My ears don't hurt at the end of the day. It's good stuff. Makes me happy. Just driving across some peas right now. Definitely not spraying them because this would smoke them. And there is flowers everywhere. It is flowering hard right now. I hope it gets taller though. This stuff got stunted pretty bad. It's short. It is short. But if it gets a little taller and keeps flowering, it could do okay. So we'll see what happens, but it's nice to see all the flowers. So obviously post-rainstorm, the ground is just ready to start spraying. It's windy. It's unfortunately windy, 20, 25 mile an hour. Probably should be spraying, but I'm up against the clock because the crop is maturing to the point where in not long it's going to be out of stage and I can't spray it. A lot of weeds growing in it. And two, our family vacation is coming up in a week. So I got to get this done. And I'm spraying next to the peas over here. The wind's blowing this way. So what's happening is my drift is going that way. I don't know how far it's going. I'm just guesstimating. So I'm leaving at least 150, 200 feet. I'm going half the speed I normally go. I'm going 11 miles an hour and I cut my boom pressure, nozzle pressure down to 45 pounds instead of 70 like I'm running. And all to try to help prevent drift so that it doesn't end up in those peas. I think some is getting into them, but I don't know. I just said it's a gamble. What do? Do I not spray some of this field? I don't know. I probably should be pulling over more. Wind. Just can't have life without it. Or I could just spray all night when it's calm. All right, now we got my neighbor spring weight over here so I can go faster. So 70 PSI, bump it up to fast speed. There we go. Much better. That's had some clean looking chem follow right there. Sprayed this a couple weeks ago. It's probably gonna need to be sprayed next week because there's some grasses growing in it. But that is what chem follow looks like. So that is what traditionally was the type of practice used around these parts. You let land sit idle, you kill all the weeds in it for a year, stores up a bunch of water, so then you can utilize it next year and grow an even bigger crop next year. And in the end, you make more than just growing crop on crop. But with pulse crops and these other crops, as long as you can get enough water, you don't have to do that. And that would be my ultimate goal. So, got music playing. Anyways, going back to the spray truck, it's right over here. Dad parked conveniently for me, so that was nice of him. So I'll front fill, booms are out. I'm not winging them up because I'm close enough, which is nice. keep on moving, get the spraying done. Not looking forward to this field. Okay. Power lines, ditches, here we go. There, just wrapped it up. Well, besides the fact that this boom is a lot wider than the other ones, that made it a little trickier jumping around those power poles. It wasn't too bad. Actually, they were pretty good. So I'm glad to be out here though. I like this field because it's kind of a challenge, but I hate this field because one false move and I could mess up a boom and cost a lot of money. I don't want to do that, so we're out of here. On to the next. I suppose better do something about this right there. Fuel time. If you guys don't know, fuel tank's right there. Right there. That's what the front of this thing is, fuel tank and def tank. Let's roll. Now, according to the display, it said that we had 15 gallons left of diesel fuel. So 15 gallons, I'm burning an average of 7-8 gallons an hour. So about 2 hours of fuel left in this thing. But rather than running out of fuel in the middle of the field, I don't like doing that. So we'll just get her back home. I'm only about 10 miles away, which isn't the end of the world for going 37 miles an hour. I've been really enjoying the presets on this multi-function handle. You can set your speeds to 1 and 2, just like the new Steigers, and I think the Magnums and all those have up here. So I've got a 19 mile an hour for my spraying speed, cruising down a nice flat field, and I've got 11 mile an hour preset for the headlands. And I don't touch the multi-function handle other than just to press the buttons. It's awesome. I just tap it, slows me down. Now we're going down to 11 miles an hour. Okay, yep, got through a headland. Tap the next one and back up to 19. And it's just, it's simple. You can just do it without having to think much about it. There we go, just wrapped up all the crop spraying. Got 2,277 acres logged on this job, and I had about 2,000 some on the other one. So when that's all said and done, that's about all the acres. There was a little one field I didn't spray. It was pretty clean. I just figured we'll just wait on it. It's good to be done. So, but got a bunch of chem follow to do. chem follows land that we spray out to let water reserves build up in the ground for next year's crop. We'll see it to crop next year, and we got 2,500 acres of that, and I think I've got some hours left on the sprayer. I might try to hammer that out in one day. So we're gonna see if I can do a 2,500 acre day in one day. Never done that much before, so stay tuned. You guys wanna hear some hydro sounds? So if you don't know what a hydrostatic drive is, that's what powers this unit. It uses hydraulic fluid ran through a pump and a bunch of motors and a lot of technology that I don't fully understand to drive all these wheels. It's pretty crazy. But it makes a really interesting sound. It squeals. Wow. So I'm gonna go ahead and run this down the road, put the camera near some lines, and you guys can hear what I hear in the cab very quietly, but loud where you guys are. So enjoy.